Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Workers and Resources Soviet Republic with me, Mangy Panda. So, in our last episode, we planned out our sewer and our water, as well as got some of the beginning houses in where they're going to be at. I went ahead, I did spend some time off screen leveling some of this terrain to give us some better access. So, you can see our sewer is a more direct route instead of having to come all the way over to here and then back down. We've got sewer, we've got water. Today we need to set up electrical, and we need to put in our heating plant, which again we're going to put over in here. And that will be all of our basic utility infrastructure that we're going to need for this particular starting city. One of the keys when you start setting up your utilities, and you'll see I did this on the water and everything, is you need to leave room to expand. So if you look at, say for example, our water, I have this switch here that's completely used up, but then I put in another switch here that's still going to shoot water, has still connections out to water. Same thing with the sewer. I put a switch here that's full. This sewer switch here still has inputs on it. All the sewer switches I put down here still have inputs on them. When you're running electrical, make sure you have splitters and junctions in places so that you can add more power, more water, more whatever as you need it. One of the worst things in realistic mode is when you're developing, say like we're developing this area right here, and then we realize, oh, I don't have enough power here. I'm suffering from blackouts. And you have just run your main power line straight into a transformer. So we'll pull one out here. Like this. So you just brought your main power line in from the border to here, and you ran all 6 of these connections out. Well, now, in order to pull more power in or branch it off anywhere else, you have to shut down power somewhere to your city. Either you have to completely take out the main line and put in a switch, or you have to turn off one of your substations so that you can route power out of here into another switch or something else. You always just want to leave room for expansion, because in realistic mode, you can't just delete this and put a new one in. Okay, your demo offices have to come out, they have to tear the building down, then you have to build the new stuff back in. It just takes a very long time, and so you want to try to make sure that you're planning ahead for if your initial planning isn't enough. So again, we're kind of over planning water and sewer here. We're going to do the same thing with our power. We're going to go, whoops, all right, so we're going to put this guy, I want him on which side of the road? We'll put him on the inside of the road. All right, so we're going to put one here. And then we're going to come down here. We'll put one here. Then we'll come over here. And we will flip this around. We'll go ahead and put, where's our row or footpaths? Let's go ahead and get those in real quick just so I know what's in the way. What did I put? We just need to take that footpath out. It shouldn't have auto-connected in, but all right. Now, go back to our electrical. And we can put one there. And then we'll come down here. Again, let's run our footpaths. What is going to be here? Oh, I may not be able to get that connection in. I'll have to look at that. Whoops. Let's take you back. You out there. You out there. All right. And back to electrical. And we'll put you right there. I run this modded, whoops, right here, this modded switch or transformer, because your basic transformer, it's got one in, it's got 6 outs. Okay, this particular transformer, don't remember who did the mod. Got a couple different modded transformers. This one's a through, so it's got 2 high voltage connections, as opposed to the basic one just has 1 in. So this lets you pass power through here. I definitely recommend, if you don't want to play with something like this, you definitely need to find, there's several different versions of that transformer, but you definitely want to get some type of pass-through transformer so you can continue running high voltage along. But the one I use is this one right here. So it's got 3 high voltages, and then it's got 3 medium voltages on the back and 6 medium voltages on the front. So 9 total. So a little bit bigger than this, as far as it has half again as many, 50% more connections. And it's got the high voltage in and out. So again, it's leaving this all to where it can be expanded. And the other thing is once we finally set up our own power generation, whenever we get to that, I can already just run a high voltage line and connect straight into here. I don't have to disconnect this from the main power grid. I can just have the high voltage come in here and then start disconnecting things, working my way backwards towards the border connection. Or when they get upgraded to 18 megawatt lines. Okay, you guys are done with that. Let's go ahead and get this road upgraded real quick while we're working on it, since you're almost done there. Right now, everybody's working on getting the sewage lines and everything done. I want to get those done. I especially want to try to get this stuff out here done. So, as a matter of fact, let's go ahead and sign all of that. I'd like to try to get that done before winter, and because it's this really long footpath to get out there right now until we get this area built up. So I want to kind of get that taken care of before winter comes in and we get snow on this footpath. And well, I guess we don't get snow on footpaths, but anyway, I'd like to get it done before winter. Speaking of winter, why don't we go ahead and buy snow plows. Just get 3 of those. Go to 1,000 meters right now. Everything's going to be there. You can copy that to your friend, and you're going to do gravel roads are your highest priority. Asphalt roads, we won't really have very many. Mud roads, we want to turn down. Copy that to him. That way they'll focus on keeping the gravel plowed, and it won't slow us down as much when it snows. All right, so electrical. Now, like I said before, normally I just run underground lines, but we're gonna try running above ground lines, and we'll see if I like it. Okay, I'm not sure that I will, but we'll try it. Okay. And part of why I don't like doing above ground lines is because you can't, in order to run multiple of them together, you have to do it like this. You have to just do one pole at a time and stack them on top of each other. I wish you could have power lines where I could run multiple ends. Oh, really? You're going to give me a problem with... this is another reason why I don't like running above ground lines. They can be very temperamental. So what if we instead, what if we ran our power on the other side of the road? All right, let's just get rid of all of you, get rid of you. All right, power over to here, to this side of the road. Then you're going to come in here. Back to there, you will come out to here. Some of the power line stuff in this game, I'm not a developer, I'm not a coder, so I don't know like how difficult, you know, some of these things are. I just wish, like right there, I should have been able to run the power line from a pole here to a pole here without having to worry about this little water substation that is basically a ground level. It doesn't have hardly any height whatsoever. I should have been able, the power line should have been able to go over that. But that's what it is, so that's what we're going to deal with. All right, so on this one, we want from you to there, and then you are going to come down through here like that. To there. See, because like right here, this water substation is going to stop me. Or I guess it's the pump. The pump is so small, I should be able to run power lines over the pump without having to do that. All right, and the road will let me jump like that. Oh well, it is what it is. Okay, get that there. It's just very tedious to run these power lines like this. And they just cause problems with construction. We'll deal with it. Really? Into there, to there. Why are you... See, and now they're being difficult. They don't want to snap to... Alright. I'm already getting frustrated with the above ground lines. We may end up scrapping this entire plan, but I'm going to try it out. We're going to stick with it for right now. We're going to see what happens. Alright, so that's there. All right, so we got power, we got water, we got sewage. So the next thing we need is heat. And we got to make sure our heating plant is far enough away that the pollution doesn't affect our residents. So these are going to be our closest residential buildings. So let's go in and measure from you. And we want to be at least 800 meters away. All right, so we want to be about there. All right, and then let's just go ahead. I know I threw one in here before, but I got rid of it when I was flattening terrain. And so you would be about there, all right? And from here to this house, all right, so we're good. So, because right here is really kind of the edge of our pollution zone. So we're fine there. So this area is where we want to set up our industry. We already know because of just blind luck. So that's what we'll say. It was blind luck while we were out here building this construction or planning for this heating plant and everything. We found oil. We didn't know it was here. I didn't know it was here. I was trying to just demonstrate that I wasn't going to search the map for oil, but so it's not a very big patch of oil. So if we did an 84, because there was a little, there's a little patch over here. So what we want to do, all right, so oil. All right, so a pump produces at max 7 tons of oil per day. Okay. That's based off of the quality of its source. So you see as I move this around the source, it gives me different percentages, 54, 50, 50. So at 50%, instead of producing 7, it would produce 3.5 tons. All right, so this one right here was 84% at that location. So it would produce about 5.6 tons, right? And then I could squeeze another 3.5 tons. So, we'll call that 9 tons of oil per day. If I put one right here and then really don't get much. And the only thing this takes is power. That's it. And I just realized we have playing all of these backwards. All right, let's do this again. All right, so we got $80. So if we get this, because what you're looking at, see the green area is where the best oil is. So I can get 90% efficiency right here. Okay, but that's not going to leave hardly anything around the areas. But if I do a 65 and a 72, that gives me more than the 90. So you want to kind of make sure you're grabbing as much. So if I get a 70 there, over here I can get a 60. And here I can get a 50. So those 3 right there produce basically about 100 and that was 70. Yeah, 70. So 180% oil, which so twice what I could have got if I'd have just plopped one right down there in the center. So we're going to leave those 3 there. We're not going to do any more exploring for oil, coal, any of that stuff. What we are going to do, because we're going to have to research where it's at. I don't like already knowing where resources are. Okay. The only things you can explore for at the beginning of the game is oil, coal, and iron. Like bauxite and uranium, you have to research the technologies to be able to find them. All right, so those guys are there. Well, let's go ahead and run a new footpath like that. There, they're going to start taking that path. Then we can, as soon as we get the vehicles off of there, let's speed this up. Actually, what we can do is we can break this here, make multiple sections. Now we can get rid of that. We can get rid of that. That's fine for right now. All right, so we want our industry over here. So we're going to want a road for industries. The heating plant is there. So probably here. That's good enough. We'll take that for right now. And just make an adjustment since we're in an active construction zone. We don't want anybody coming that way. Get rid of that. Get rid of that little piece there. Our roundabout. No. Because this is my line. So instead of there, so there, we're going to go here. Like that. Why does this? Okay. Yeah, that is not right at all. All right. That's still off. Scrap that. All right, let's try this again. Go right there. One. Give me the 90 degrees. Why is it being so difficult? 89, close enough. Close enough. All right. You're going to come in there. You're going to come in there. You'll come in there. Get rid of that node. All right. So now let's can connect onto there. And we will get rid of these footpaths. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. That one can go away. All right, we're doing good on the sewer. Let's check this real quick. Still waiting on prefabs. Still waiting on prefabs. All right. 7 tons of prefabs. Let's go ahead and send the workers over here to this one and this one. The rest of the prefabs are on their way. All right, back out to this. How are we doing down here? And you haven't even started groundworks. All right, so again, we got this coming in. Our heating plant, we've got the oil wells. We're not going to build them yet. They're just here to show where we can't build. All right, so heating plant. That right there for now. Let's get rid of that footpath. All right, so for our heating plant, we need to bring coal in here. So we got 2 options. We can either have a truck that just delivers coal, and as it runs out, it goes, picks more up. Because the heating plant has heating 80 tons of coal storage. It burns through 8.4 tons of coal a day. So it's got about 10 days of, little less than 10 days worth of storage in there. Okay? So that's fine to get us started. But eventually, again, we want plenty of supply for everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to plan. This game is all about planning in advance. So we want to plan, we want to have an aggregate storage. So this holds 1,000 tons of coal. All right. This right here. And it can connect right in through here onto a conveyor and will automatically feed that plant. Okay. So that's 1,000 tons of coal. So that's over 100 days worth of fuel for the coal power plant. And then we're going to want an aggregate unloading facility. Okay? For a train, because we want to eventually be able to have a train hooked into this that brings our coal in. Since we've got that, since we've got that hooked in, what we probably also want to put out here is another aggregate storage. Okay. Get rid of that. That's going to hold gravel. And why do we want one that holds gravel? Well, because we want to put in our rail construction office. Okay. Oops, need to go to construction. So you've got either this one that holds 4 construction trains, the small one, or the big one that holds 8. To start off with, we don't need anything more than this small one right here. Okay, that's all we need. We're not going to have that many more construction trains, and by the time we're up to that many construction trains, we're going to want to relocate this somewhere across the river. So we could just put, yeah, this is not where all this is going, just kind of showing. So that's there. So then we can have our rail construction chain. It's still fairly close to the border. It's a little bit farther than I normally like, because the first track builder you get is very slow. It takes a long time to build out to here, but because we're pre-planning this, normally I would shove it like right here or maybe right over here. Again, that just creates too much congestion and everything here as we're getting building. And since we're planning all this out, this is going to be a big rail yard where our outgoing trains to the border, either buying supplies or selling, they can stage here until these lines become free and they can leave or pull into the border. So we want to put it a decent ways away so that as we come out of here, we've got plenty of open space for trains to pass through here, and we don't have intersection after intersection after intersection where trains are stopping and getting backed up. We want trains to come into here quickly, stop in these sections, and keep this main line free and moving. And the same thing, we don't want to put another intersection, have our main line come out here and put an intersection right here so the train comes out here and stops and then goes through. So we're going to give it all this space, and then we'll have a junction that comes off here to go to the rail construction office and to go over here to this aggregate unloading station, and also to feed this, all this that we're going to put in over here, because we're going to have our rail cargo station. Don't know that we're going to necessarily go with one that big, but that's going to be over here too. So then we can have one junction that comes off this main line here and splits off to there and to there and comes across and into here, so we can be dropping off crops. We can pull materials out, take them to where we need. We don't care about the epidemic. We don't have people. And take care of all of that. So now we need to plan everything out. All right, so first off, we need our warehouse, okay? That's the biggest one, right? 1280. I always just look at how many crops it holds because everything's different, but that'll give you the size. All right, so 1280. So this is our biggest warehouse right here. Why'd I do that? I don't know. I hit the wrong button. That's why. Because I wanted to make sure it's lined up there. All right, so that's our biggest warehouse, and we'll flip this, and it's going to go somewhere in this area. We'll say right here, okay? Then we want to go to food, okay? So we want our food factory. And we want to we got to make sure that right here, we can get a road out. So we may flip the food factory to this side. So we put in one food factory there. Let's go ahead and put in our distillery. Okay. Right there. Then we'll get our other food factory to go kind of like it right there. Okay, just like that. Then we come over here and we're going to do our clothing. And we want, remember, 2 clothing factories for every fabric factory. Yeah, we need to pull, this is all going to be, I don't like it that close to the road. Well, is it going to matter? Yeah, it's going to matter to me. All right, so all right, let's try this again. All right, so warehouse. flip it, and we'll put the warehouse right there. Okay. Get rid of that. All right, food factory. So our first food factory is going to go right there. We take our distillery, go right there. We're not going to be building all of this at first, but I just want to have it planned out because, again, it's easier to have everything laid out and not build it and come back later and say, you know what, I don't want that, or I want to move this a little bit, than it is to build all this and then try to work stuff in later. All right, and so for clothing, we want, and so we need 2 clothing factories. So we're going to put one here. Then we're going to put our fabric factory in the middle. Like so. And we will take our other fabric factory, or our other clothing factory, sorry. Flip it. And come on, why are you not going to connect up there? All right, come on, give me factory connection. All right, I don't know why you didn't want to do that on your own. Now the question is, can we get this rail I want it. Yes, I want the factory connection to the warehouse. I don't want it to the other buildings. I want it to the warehouse. Right there. Okay? Because they will ship, they'll pull crops. So a train will come in, deliver crops, and the crops will go into the warehouse. All of these buildings have factory connections directly to the warehouse, so they'll pull. So he'll pull crops out, he'll pull crops out, he'll pull crops out. Then they'll push their materials back into the warehouse. So food will go into here, alcohol will go into here, that food will go in there. This fabric, some of it will go here, some of it will go here, some of it will go into the warehouse. Then the 2 clothing factories will push clothing back into the warehouse. And then a train can just come and pick up food, alcohol, fabric, and clothing right there from the warehouse. So that's how we're going to lay that out. So let's get our road is right there. What? No, what am I doing? No, I didn't want a footpath. Oh. All right, let's try this again. Road. Right there. Okay. And what I want is like this. Right to there. Can you give me more of a curve? Okay, well, what if I bring you up one more? Will you give me, there you go. Thank you. More of a curve. And you're going to come straight out there. You're going to go straight out there. We're going to run a road here. So I think, get rid of that. Get rid of that. I don't like that. What we will do instead, no, no, no. Like that. And and like that. Now the reason I did that is because now we can come in with one garbage, and we should. I don't know why that's not showing up till I get to like 60 meters. It's 97 meters away. That's in garbage range. I don't know why that's not showing, but one garbage can cover all of those. Then over here, we'll do kind of the same thing. So we'll put road here. No. All right, let's think about this for a second. No, we don't want that road there. All right, so we want our road to be here. Yeah. And you will come to there. You will come. And that'll work. No, turn snapping off. Why are you giving me a problem? Flatten that out. It'll work. It'll work. Then we take one garbage. Hold on, we need to get rid of. We need to get rid of that bit of road right there. Now, garbage. And I'm not sure what the issue is, why that's not lighting up. It should. Should give me garbage coverage. That's just weird. All right, so roads. All right, footpaths. You're going to connect to there. All right. Do we have anybody? We don't have anybody on that footpath right now, so we can get rid of that and that. And we'll bring this road. Right along there like that. You're already connected in. Oh, why? Why now? Okay, now, since we've already got this garbage container here, we know this heating plant's going to be right around in that area. What we'll do, so we'll bring our heating plant in. We want to flip it and rotate. And see. Right there. That will get us. Okay, so get rid of that. So if I do that, all right, move that out of there. Flip. We go basically right there. We do. You're not going to let me connect. Okay. then what if we do this? Flip, rotate. Right there. Okay. Now, how far away are we? Because our heating pipes, so let's take a heating pipe. We'll go underground heating pipe. They can only run, some other infrastructure's in the way. Of course, you're going to make this, all right, let's just go down. They can run to almost 1,000 meters before, so you see 990, 1,000 meters. As soon as I go past that, too long. But that gives us plenty of range. We will have to put a heat pump in to run a heat exchanger on that side of town, but that's perfectly fine. So next stage of heating is we need a heat exchanger, and we will put this heat exchanger right there, and we'll put our other heat exchanger right over here next to the school. Yeah, let's rotate that. Right there. Okay, so then we're going to need a heat pump, which is right here. And we can put that where do we want to put it? Let's put the heat pump right here. Yeah. I really want it. You know what? We can put it here. I wish there was one with a footpath connection, but we'll just have to work with what we've got. So that's there. All right, now we're going to run our large heat pipes. So if you look at a heating plant, okay, whoops, a large heating plant, gigajoules of heat isn't really what's important. What you need to look at is the hot water tank, or heat water tank, as I said. So it holds a little over 1,000 cubic meters. All right, one large heat exchanger does 300. So we can run 3 and a bit. So if you put a small heat exchanger, that's 100. So basically, you can run 3 large heat exchangers and 1 small heat exchanger off of 1 large heat pipe or heat plant. And our pipes carry 300 cubic meters. So the large pipes, 1 large pipe feeds 1 heat exchanger. All right, so we're going to go from, you'll come from there and go to here, just like that. Perfect. You will come out. Let's put our snapping back on to right there. Oh, it's too long to reach that heat pump. How much too long? Oh man, I need like 13 meters closer. What if... What if we just run it straight? No, I didn't want you to... Oh, I forgot to turn snapping back off. All right. Snapping off. Try this again. One more time. So then we'll take... Get rid of that. What if we run this? Turn snapping back on. I just like keeping them nice and neat looking. Perfect. I don't like those junctions. Oh, whoops. Got a little carried away there. We'll just run it like that. Just because I don't like those junctions poking up. All right, so now we got electrical. We've got heating. We've got water. We've got sewage. We've got all of our basic utilities in. So the heat plant's in place. So we just need to, let's go ahead and set this up. So you will feed right there. Move that. You. Flip. We'll feed right there. You may ask why I'm using this big one like that. Because if we go into aggregates, so unloading, so you've got that one that we use. The next one is this little itty bitty tiny one with one track. That's it. It would probably do what we need it to do. Yeah, it would do what we need it to do. We may use that one. Then you go this one. Again, it's basically, it's a little bit smaller. One track. And then the big one. You know what? We'll go with that one because we're not going to be bringing a whole lot over here. We're just not. We don't need a giant. I like to go big in the Republic, but we don't need it. All right, so if we put him there. And him there. And this will fit. Right. Oh, dang it. Right there. And there we go. It's winter. Yay. Got that. And then we're going to want an open storage. Storage open. We just need a small one. What's the difference? God, that's so much steel. So much steel for those things. we'll just have that in there. So that's roughly what all that's going to look like. So we'll leave it there. Winter is boring. A lot of things don't get done because traffic moves really slow on snow, and plowing in this game, it's because the problem is, so he'll plow this road, but as soon as a single speck of snow falls again, the whole road is covered. There's no, like, it slowly builds up over the road. It's just the whole road is covered. So we'll call it there for today, and we'll come back in the spring of 1961. Thank y'all, and we'll check you out later.